What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for another episode of Surviving Mars. I'm super glad to have you here today as we hang out for a little while and we troll about the red planet to figure out what we want to do to make our colony a little bit better. You may notice a time jump in between this episode and the last one. I lost some footage. I recorded an episode, but the footage was all borked up, and so couldn't fix it. So we're doing a little time warp right now. Greetings from the future. Although it's probably the past by the time you guys get it, but I don't know. I don't know. Science is confusing. That's why I don't mess with it anymore. We've got all kinds of things that we need to take care of. Let's have a look at what we got going on here, because I honestly don't even remember. We've got Live from Mars right now, where we start to get more applicants to play around with. We've got low-G engineering, which is going to give us access to the big-ass dome. We got sustainable architecture, which makes our buildings break down a little bit slower. I think that'll work out pretty well. We've got $3.7 billion, which I think is a really good place to be at this juncture. Let's see what our science module is up to. Our little sciencey dude over here. What are you doing, man? Do we have, like, stuff you can go look at and things you can do? I recommend you do those things if you can make off with them and do them. Here, you come up here. I've got an idea for you, little science machine. Come do some research for me, would you? And we've also got... He's ready to go. We don't have any exports, so you know what? Blast off! Get the hell on out of here, buddy. I give you your freedom. I grant it unto you. I think we have a little bit too much farming in here, and so I am going to break this bad boo-boo down. I think we've actually kind of misbalanced this dome at the moment. I don't recall what I was going to do with it. I think I was going to use it as a farming dome because I think we had a food deficit or something like that. We were producing 0. We're not producing a lot of food right now. It's a little bit of an embarrassment, but that'll reallocate people over to this side. I think that bringing in some passengers will be a really, really good idea. Let's have a look around and see what this dome's got going on. So we got residential slots right there. 17 in total, 11 in total on this side. We're getting around to the point now in our souls where our older generation is going to start dying off. It's a little bit of a bummer, and it happens, but it can't really be changed around too much. So I think it's time for us to get another passenger jet to come on out here. Let's take a look at our jobs here. We could definitely use a few more geologists. As far as services go, infirmary's fine. Could probably use, like, what, one more medic, or all these people medics? We got officers in there. Okay, I don't know why I have officers around when I don't even have a security outpost. Splattercat, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? What are you doing?
The readings told us it was a vein rich with ore, but the data turned out to be incorrect. Under those fine red sands lay the intact hull of a rover.
We immediately recognized it. Curiosity, a historic finding that stretched its hand in a welcoming gesture through the years back to the first missions on the Red Planet. It belonged in a museum, but on the other hand, this was an opportunity to get more parts that we could rarely get our hands on. It's a tough decision. It's really not a tough decision. I'm going to take the 500 million. It's a pretty simple decision, actually. It's a ridiculously simple decision. How is our concrete mining going on over here? It's not. Okay, so it looks like we're kind of in the middle of something at the moment. Let's pull... I gotta get some things done here. I am just behind the 8 ball right now, and I don't think that's good for us. I will probably drop you, sir, like right there. And then we need to run power over to that particular establishment, so bow. Let's do it. Yup, there's a little bit more power to be had. I think that's inside the range of it. It's just because the building's not built yet that's nothing's happening right there. Let's keep them going. Science machine, what are you up to over here? Lean, mean science machine. He's doing like nothing, so let's bring him back to charge up. This science machine is looking to do some research, so that's good. That'll give us an extra 1,000 research or so. We can augment and kind of build around the problems we have by just ignoring it. That place is up and ready to go. It's doing its extraction job, which is fantastic. We got some concrete laying around. I would recommend... we got a couple universals over there. It'll be all right. I don't think we need to move things around much anymore. I will probably... We've got another Stirling generator, right? I thought I saw another Stirling prefab in here. We do have another Stirling. So let's maybe put a Stirling just kind of nestled in over here. I segment out my power grid now so that if anything happens and you end up with 2 separate grids, you don't end up with major issues. As far as... we got 1,500 from that anomaly. Not bad. That's the goody stuff right there. All right, you guys come back and do your thing. How's our production looking on metals right now? We are mostly in the black on metals, but we could definitely do with a little bit of extra help. I'll probably swing this dude out this way. Come grab you some metal. We'll grab... Yeah, get the metal from right there. That's perfect. We'll grab the metal from that side, and that'll be glorious. So we finished off our Life from Mars research. I need more colonists, so let's go ahead and do that. As far as specializations go, we only have 1 out of 10 geologists right now that are available. What are my... So all traits, all specializations. We got no specs right there. What else we got going on? Do we have like a hard pass on flaws? I'm just going to take the flaws. I've decided that now, in the future, I accept people for their flaws, and I'm okay with it. I need more botanists. We have 17 slots available for the people that are coming in, give or take. I'm going to grab some geologists. I'm going to grab some botanists. I'm going to grab a few no specs. And I think an extra medic would do us just fine. And then we'll launch that guy. When he arrives, we'll plant him over here. It'll fill out this place. We do have a nursery. We do have some other stuff going on. This place has a full docket of botanists ready to go. We need a few more down and in here. But actually, we could put in a transit hub, and that allows people to catch a taxi in between the domes, and they will rearrange themselves as necessary to fill in the jobs that we need. I put a lot of hours into this game at this point. Believe you me, I've put a lot of hours in. I am cresting like, I don't even know, probably 40 or 50 hours. I've been streaming it a lot, twitch.tv/SplatterCatGaming, if you wanted to swing by sometime and see some more in-depth gameplay. I think my stream is currently on like Soul 200. We're pretty far in. We completed our storyline and did a bunch of other stuff, and it's looking pretty good right now. That guy's almost back to Earth. He's almost back over here. What other things do I need? Nothing, really, actually. We're in solid shape right now, as opposed to like liquid or any of the other shapes that we could be in. I think we could use a few more polymers, but we actually have the availability of polymers over here. These little things that are sticking up, each one is a couple polymers, and it'll save you some time if you want to run around grabbing some of them. If you're really, really hard up and desperate for polymers, that's where you can get some at a moment's notice if things are really falling apart. But I tend to leave them on the ground and worry about them a little bit later. I mean, we'll have polymer factories and stuff like that up pretty soon. I don't know if I have polymer factories available. It looks like we have a machine parts factory that's ready to go, and we also have a polymer factory that's ready to go right there. I'm going to slap in the polymer factory right here. Oh yeah, polymer factories go outside the house. Polymer factories go on the outside of the house. I forgot about that. We'll drop a polymer factory right there so we can start producing our own polymers. That'll make our repairs and things that we're doing around base a lot less expensive. It'll make things flow a little bit better, and from there, we'll probably jump into doing like machine parts or something like that. That gives us a nice little region where people can do some extra work too. Where is our other... So we have a drone hub there. We have a drone hub there. These drones are all allocated to this area because there's a lot of hauling and stuff that needs to get done, and I think that's okay. I would like for you, dear sir, while you're out here, go grab all those polymers. Grab as many polymers as you can hold and bring them back with you just to tide us over until things start to get a little bit weird. A machine factory in here would probably work out pretty well. We've got ourselves a diner. I think a grocer would probably help out in this area too, just to help out with the service requirements. And so where is my grocer at? Let's grab the grocer right there. Okay, grocer's looking good. And then I kind of want to bulldoze this and build new housing. I think it'll be a little bit safer. I'm trying to go for comfort right now. Keeping comfort nice and high tends to be kind of space prohibitive, but at the same time, we're in space right now, so I don't see a problem with prohibiting something we already have too much of. They'll build that stuff, I'll knock that guy over, and then we'll probably put a machine parts factory in here. We'll start importing a few people to make this a little bit easier. I'm going to drop you down right there. Everybody's going to run off into that dome. That'll give us the few more geologists and botanists we need in order to make this whole thing function. And then once we get further on down the tech tree, my thought is that we'll go after a transit hub, unless we already have it. Do we have it? We don't have it. So we don't have a transit hub right now. It's somewhere in this research screen. Somewhere around here. I don't know if they're close enough to walk in between domes, if they'll just go somewhere else and make that happen. I honestly can't tell you the way that that'll play out. My thought is that they should. It should just be a process that happens when you throw things in there, in my opinion. But you never know. So we're lined up with a few more geologists. I'll probably open up a second shift on the mine. We'll see who assigns themselves to the location. It'll probably be a bunch of no specs and stuff like that. Those no specs. We've got a diner right there. We could probably do with something else that'll entertain. Oh, we got a space bar too. Yeah, I gotta select crops over here as well. We gotta rotate our crops, otherwise we'll kill the soil. I need to do the same thing on this guy. So we'll go wheat, potatoes, soy, and we'll rotate it. Now we should have much better production on some of the stuff that we have. In this location, we have 10 residential slots. We have 44 altogether. I need this to go bye-bye now that we have new houses. They can all live inside of there. Later on, we're going to get a technology that puts an arcology in here, which is a massive spire that goes up through the roof of this. And then what you can do is you can just put a spire in the middle of each of these and then just fill this with service stuff so that people stay nice and happy. And so we've got a bar, we've got a diner, we've got some other little things inside of here. What other production can I look at? I think that machine parts are a good place to start. And so that's what I'm gonna do. I believe that polymers are made out of fuel, and then machine parts are made out of metal. So this is going to hit us a little bit, but I did just increase production over here at the mine, so we should be all right. I don't think there's going to be a problem. That should buy us a little bit more leeway as we move into the future. We do want to have a big stockpile of concrete, because as we get further into the game, concrete is not going to become rare, but it's going to be a lot more useful to have some of it when you need it. And so this guy's got himself a truckload of polymers and also a little bit of metal. We'll bring him on back to the nearest stockpile, and my thought is that we'll just have him unload over here. Yeah, unload everything. Unload everything that you've got. We got to keep ourselves nice and solid. You, sir, I'm going to need you to get up and out of here. Get back on into space. I give you your permissions. The next thing that I'm kind of looking at doing is we need a dome over in this area so that we can capitalize on that mine, and that mine. This is basically going to be the geology hub for the entire area. It's going to provide us with a lot of money. It's going to provide us with a lot of stuff, and once we get to electronics, we're going to need these rare materials in order to get more electronics. You trade like 5 of those for like 20 electronics, and you will feel the burn after a little while. 100%. You will go through them pretty quickly. We're looking good on just about everything. I mean, I could schedule a supply mission right now to make stuff happen, but like, I don't really feel like it's that big of a deal. Like, I feel like we're in a good spot at the moment. I'll probably send out another passenger jet. This one is going to be more or less. So we do need some more botanists. Absolutely. I would love to have like maybe 5 more botanists. And there's our 5. The next thing that I need is engineers, because engineers are the ones that make sure your factories stay up and running. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we have a lot of engineers. And so we may have to fill that gap. Go back real quick. Let me review what we got going on right now. Specialization-wise, we officially only have 3 engineers, so yeah, that's a bummer. I dislike that it unselects things when you go back into menus. I do wish that they would fix that up and make it so it's not quite a problem. I would love to see that get fixed. And to me, it's just one of those little things that I find to be a little bit annoying. We'll grab engineers from wherever we can get them. I actually will grab a few no, I don't need scientists right now. I need to stop myself from doing something stupid. I was going to load up on random scientists because I think I was going to put in a science hub. But nah, I don't think that's going to be important for right now. I don't think that's going to be important. How is our research looking? Our research is cruising along with sustainable architecture. If we can get... Ooh, passenger rockets can carry more people. That's good for stocking up some of the later zones, or the later domes. Scientists and botanists need to be better at their jobs. I would like to get our sensor towers off the grid. In addition, do we have anything unlocked further on down the chain? We don't. Okay, do we have any breakthroughs? We don't. Okay. Let's make our drones' batteries a little bit better, and drone printing is nice, but I'm not so sure that's what we need right now. So instead, maybe we'll just throw in a Martian patent. We'll future-proof and try to make some more money. I do need a new dome up here, though. So that's the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to try and get a dome up and into this region. So let me see what I can do with a dome right here. Let's dome it on up. Medium dome might not be able to make that. Oh, really? That's uneven terrain right there, huh? That sucketh. That's the worst. I'm going to have to build multiple domes. At least I can get these right here, so we'll focus. We're going to have 2 separate domes. I can't really change anything about that. We'll go for these 2. So let's run some infrastructure to it. I'm going to take that cable right there, and we will get it all nice and settled. Once that's done, we need to get the piping run as well. So let's go to the water grid, which actually I haven't checked on in a while. I probably should, but I haven't. So what's our water looking like right now? Water, we are producing 7. We are demanding 7, and so we're going to have a deficit. Are these spun down right now to lower their production? I don't know. Uh-oh.
Reported. Pipe leak reported.
Where did that hit? Oof. Well, at least it hit something not essential, so I can live with that. Well, it didn't really hit anything non-essential. It busted up our rover right there, which means he's no longer an option. Actually, drones should fix him. He's inside the influence area, so I think we're good. It was just a minor setback. It was just a little annoyance. We should be good. They'll fix the pipe here in just a minute, and they'll get things run back on and out, and this will be up and running and ready to go in just a moment. Where was our other drone hub over here? Because if it knocked out that drone hub, that's kind of an issue. Ew. It looks like it did. Okay. Well. This is going to take some fixing. Let's call in a cargo rocket. It's about time that we did that anyways. We're going to call in a cargo rocket. Prefab building-wise, I need vaporators, so get me 2 vaporators. A drone hub would be fantastic, but yeah, not going to worry about it right now. Stripped. I don't know what that means, but I'm assuming that's a bug. Stripped. Oh, that's a bummer. What I really need is this little guy right here. I need the drone controller. Let's grab some polymers. We'll grab some machine parts, and we'll grab some electronics before we finish off that shipment. And I don't think there's much else here that I really want. So that looks good enough. We'll launch him on out, and that'll give us a nice little resupply. I can take the drone controller over to this region. He will get them back up and taken care of so that they can start doing some of the lowdown stuff that needs to get done. In addition, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to have him drop his metal right here in this little central area so that they can fix all the things that need to be fixed. In addition, drones should transfer in between controllers. As long as we're careful about it, it should be all right. This guy's ready to go. He was for this place down here, so we'll land him right there. I need to close off those before he hits the ground so that I don't mess up my power grid and cause problems. Technically, I shouldn't have landed him right there because now there's dust all over my solar panels. Ass.
New colonists have
arrived. Well, with the new colonists that are here, hopefully they enjoy their time at the new colony. They should populate the place pretty well. And as far as comfort goes in this dome, we're at 53. It's not awful. Like, they want a luxury building and they want a gambling building in here, but I don't really care about that. I don't feel like that's a thing that we should be focusing on for right now, like sin and vice and random doodads that people think that they need, but they don't actually need. I don't really care about that. Their comfort's pretty good. There's no available shopping building. Okay. Like, I think that that's fixable. As far as shopping goes, I can give them a grocery store right there, and that'll fix a lot of their complaints about the location. And then as far as relaxation goes, that's exercise and social. I don't think they have anything for relaxation over here. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and we'll put in a little park over here. Yeah, let's put in a nice little serene lake right there that they can play around with, and that'll give them a little bit more relaxation as well. As soon as he's all loaded up, we'll get him the hell out of here. I will open back up on the Sterlings, and we should be good.
The most critical phase of the mission is behind us. We would argue it's a good time to start focusing on our mission evaluation goals.
Ah, okay, so we got this one. You get a random, so on day 50, you tend to end up with a random assignment from Earth Control that basically it's a thing that you're supposed to shoot for. It doesn't really affect anything. Like, it kind of does, but it kind of doesn't. Like, if you win it, you get a bunch of points, which makes your playthrough more successful. But by and large, doesn't really affect anything. So we've done 24 technologies. They want us to have 40 technologies done by Sol 100. That means we need to bring our research up to about 1,000 about as fast as possible. Now, that's okay, because I was kind of thinking about having this location as a research hub before I do anything else. You get up and out of here because I don't think you're going to be important. And as soon as he lands, we're going to fix the problem that we have over here. As of right now, I don't have the toolkit to fix it. I can fix it in a number of, like, jimmy-rigged ways, but I can't fix it in any real sense. And there's the convenient way to do it, and there's the hard way to do it, and so I'm just going to do the convenient way. All right, sir, now that you're all roped up and ready to go, let's get you landed right here. This will give us a new drone controller, which is basically a mobile version of this building. He carries around his own drones with him, and they can do all of the operations and things that they could normally do, so long as they're inside. I bring him over here, and looky right there. He's going to reassign all these drones. They're going to go down. They're going to be able to jump in between the drone control zones now. They're no longer like in a dead zone. They'll be able to fix all this wiring. They'll be able to fix all these buildings. And then we'll be back up and running in just a minute. It's, you know, you're going to have this thing eventually. Like, you're not really going to have a choice. You're going to need one of these. Eventually, there's going to be a repair you're not going to be able to do without major rebuilding of your infrastructure. And so I like to have him around. He's a quick solution to complicated problems, in my opinion. Science guy, what you got for me? You're all recharged and looking for stuff to do? Well, I command you, go over there because we now have research stuff that we need to accomplish. You're recharged, and so I give you permission to go over here and get us some more researches from the little key fob thing that they've got listed over on that side. We will finish off figuring out what's in this area before too long. Are we actively pumping water right now? Like, how is the water pump doing? It's doing 4. Our total demand's a little bit low, but that's okay. I can live with that. Open up the Sterlings before too long because they need to flower themselves before the sun. And then with the new things that we've looted from down here, we got a bunch of moisture evaporators. I think it's a decent idea to start putting those in wherever we can fit them along the line. Doesn't really matter where you put them. Just get them to a sweet spot where you're happy with them and then, you know, move forward. There we go. So a bunch more moisture evaporators. This will also have the additive effect of making it so that we're all taken care of on this side if anything hits with a meteor. We're still producing like a small amount of water to take care of some of the major problems that can arise from those issues. I am going to put in another tank right here. There we go. All nice and done. And now that those tanks are all taken care of, we're probably going to need oxygen productions at 4. Never mind, we don't need it. Good. And so we've got sustainable architecture done now. They're moving on to some new things. We've got storage compression right there. That's pretty good. We got 680 research. I don't think it's going to be that hard for us to push research up to like 1,200, 1,500 maybe. It's going to be...
Anomaly analyzed.
Good. We got some new text right there too. What did it unlock? Ah, we got our CO2 jet propulsion. That's really good. Let's take Martian patents out of the list. I don't think we need it right now. Who is our sponsor? Who do we take as a sponsor? Europe? I think we get money every time we do research anyway, so I'm not going to stress about it anymore. Hopefully they find some more things we can research over on this side, and if they don't, well, then that's going to be an issue. But I should be able to grab those two over there as well so that we don't get behind. For this challenge, if you actually want to complete it, grabbing resource nodes is going to be like a big part of that process. You're not really going to have much of a choice. You're going to have to do it, so just get used to that. I am going to grab as many research nodes as I can to get the free technologies. We're going to build some domes. We're going to put research centers inside of the domes, and I think that's going to leave us in a pretty golden position. They should be fairly comfortable right now. Good. They should also be fairly comfortable. Nice. And we've got 2 work shifts going right there where they are just banging away right now at getting machine parts taken care of. Before too long, we should end up with a lot of polymers and a lot of machine parts. From there, electronics are kind of the challenging part, but I'm trying to head that off at the pass right here before it becomes a problem for us by making sure we've got the rare metals extractors that we need. And then it might not be a bad idea. As soon as this is done, we'll get this thing all nice and built up. We're going to need, for each of these, we're going to need, I think, 8 people, so that's 16. That leaves us with enough space for a research hub over here, and I think that's probably what I'll do. So I'll go housing, research center. We'll go with a bar. We'll go with a diner, a grocer. We'll have an infirmary so that people feel comfortable with their health. I'll more than likely put in a nursery so that we can start to have children, a park or something like that. And I think that'll look really, really good over here. It's going to take them a minute to get that done, but I don't think it's anything that we need to be stressed about. You guys, run on up to here if you can. I don't know if his battery's going to hold out, but we're going to try. Having that done as well with these 2 mines, that also gives us a big swath of things that we can conceivably... That's a long ride right there. I'm a little worried about that one. I'm a little bit worried they're not going to make it on their current battery pack, but I'm going to give it a try, and we're just going to see what happens. Like, their battery packs are not terrible, but they're not, like, good either. Oh, yeah, we got a whole bunch of stuff right there. Let's open up that research screen. So we got general training, which is fantastic. It's a research you absolutely want to have. The other thing that we want to do is we want to focus on, like, lower-level researches from here on in. Anything that's, like, expensive, we want to focus on the little researches that only take us a day or 2 to get done because it's easy to get behind the curve if you don't. It's just one of those things that if you're trying to do this challenge, Just follow them from the bottom to the top. Don't focus on expensive researches for right now. Otherwise, you'll miss the deadline. It's going to suck. There's going to be weeping and gnashing of teeth. There's the possibility of unemployment. So, you know, just keep an eye on it. Just keep an eye on it. They're headed on out to here. How is he doing? Oh, his battery's solid. He'll be okay. We're about to skip a couple of researches on this side. Are you guys almost done over here? I need you guys to be done like a minute ago. I'm going to have him run on over here, and we will have him pick up some concrete. Yup, and he will take it back on over to this dome. We'll start building bigger domes pretty soon, too, because the bigger domes tend to have a better equilibrium than the little domes. The little domes, if one thing goes wrong, everybody leaves. With the big domes, they've got a little bit more fault tolerance, and I think that's a very, very useful thing to have. So anyways, I think this is going to be the end of our episode of Planet-Based, good lord, Surviving Mars. Sorry, you're playing on Martian planets and stuff. Surviving Mars. If you wanted to get the game for yourself and you've enjoyed what it's shown off so far, we're getting close to the point where we start to get our storyline. That's going to be on like Sol 100. You'll get a random storyline where there's like an alien invasion or there's like a plague or something like that you've got to learn to deal with. Are you guys even like scanning these? They are. Good for them. Yay, I love it when my little guys are doing what they're supposed to be doing. So we got 1500 right there. Systematic training is done. So you bring your little scanny ass over here. Your little scanny fanny. Get it back over here, sir. And then we will worry about other stuff in just a minute. If you wanted to get the game, as I said, it's down in the description right now. You can pick it up right there. Aside from that, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a like. It takes only a second and it helps the channel out a ton. Seriously, it really does. Other than that, I'd love to see you live. I play this game a ton on Twitch TV/Splattercat Gaming. I stream every single day, Monday through Friday at 3 o'clock Pacific Daylight Time, as of right now in the afternoon, and I'd love to be your host. I'll see y'all later. Thanks for stopping on in, everybody, and bye-bye. Hi-do.